Okay, back again with our white paper ruler, and again this time we're just going to use a regular old pencil. What we want to do is we're going to create 3 long boxes. Alright, and so what we need to do is create the boxes. So I'm going to put a mark at the 2" and the 3", and then I'm going to put a mark at the 4", the 5", and then 6 and 7. Okay, so I'm going to slide this down. I'm going to do the same thing near the top. So 2", 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so then we're going to create a line that goes the length of those things. So I'm drawing a line from the dots that are on the far left, or far right, excuse me. And just going to connect those dots as they are vertically on your paper. And what we're doing is we're creating 3 long rectangles, if you will. But we're going to divide those so that we have, and that line didn't go that perfectly straight, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so now I've got my paper turned sideways. You won't be able to see it because of the way this is, but what I want you to do is we're going to divide this, okay, into 10 boxes. So what we need to do is at the 1/2" mark here, okay, we're going to put a little mark, and then we're going to slide a ruler over so that we can put one every inch until we get to 10 inches. In other words, we're going to create 10 rectangles, or 10 boxes here. They're approximately 1 inch by 1 inch. And then the last one over here. And there. Now we're going to do this along the top one as well. So again, start with a mark at the 1/2", and that way it'll center on the page, and you'll see that in just a minute. So then we go ahead and mark every inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then as you can see here, 8, 9. I think that's supposed to be actually, yeah, it's supposed to be there. Oops, that's okay. Alright, so now I've got my dots here, as you can see here and here. We're going to go ahead and connect the dots, but what I want you to do is every other 2 lines. So I'm going to go there, there, and there. Alright, so see how that works? And then I'm going to do the same thing with the next 2 dots over, but again, we're only drawing lines at the every other rectangle shape that we created. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, as always, stop, pause, go back, rewind. The beauty of distance learning is that you can pause me and rewind if you didn't hear something, and you don't have to worry about, you know, getting behind. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to keep creating boxes all the way across. We should create 10 of these boxes in each of the 3 rectangles that we have here. And looks like we've got 2 more to go. And the last one. There, there, and there. Okay. Alright, so above each one we're going to put what we're going to actually put in these boxes. Alright, so what I want you to do is write the word value. Okay, and then we're going to go to the next one, which is going to be monochromatic. Okay, and then we're going to make this one complementary. Okay, alright, and you can just write those in. Underneath each one of the boxes, I want you to number them 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, just like this, all the way across for all three things. All right. Okay. So we got our paper set up. All right. Adjust this light a little bit. Yeah, actually that's a little bit better without it. Okay. So you can see that we've got all of our numbers, all of our boxes are labeled 1 through 10. We have value, monochromatic, and complementary. Okay. And what we're going to do is our lightest value, when we talk about value, we're only going to use the pencil. All right. And this is our lightest value, so it's just going to stay white. First one's already done, piece of cake. All right. The second one is going to get a little bit darker. Okay. So we're going to very lightly shade in with our pencil. Okay. The lightest little value that we can add to it. Okay. Remember, value is the lightness and darkness of a color. Okay. Or in this case of my pencil mark. Okay. And then number 3, so that's 1, that's 2. Number 3 is going to be a little bit darker. All right. So now we're going to push a little bit harder, and you want to do this very, very gradually, very, very gently, and try to get it as square as you can. In other words, try to stay within the lines, just like a big kid. Okay. And I just kind of gently go back and forth over this, just a little bit darker. All right. And then we're going to get a little bit darker still with the number 4, and so on. All right. So we're going to continue creating a darker value as we go across. All right. So as we continue, okay, it's going to get progressively darker and darker until we get to number 10, okay, all the way over here, which is going to be the darkest value that we can make with our pencil. All right, so I can really kind of shade that in nice and deep. And just like in the video that we saw on value, okay, we're going to create that value chart so that we have a nice dark value here. And I'm kind of pushing pretty firm, going a couple different directions. That usually helps fill in that whole square just like so. All right. Your job is to then continue filling in number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 until you have a complete value chart that goes from the darkest value at number 10 all the way across to the lightest value at number 1.